Oh, what? Hold on. We got like cinematics? I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Oh, shoot. I feel like we're just really meant for each other. Like the way you talk about your books and everything. Like, baby girl, I just want to see you. How long have you been right? Okay. Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CrazyCheesePuf, and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club! Exclamation point. I'm a little bit more calm this episode, all right? I know it doesn't seem like it. This is me like on a 5. When I'm on a 10, the stutters get real. So I've been working on my accents a little bit, so you know, I'm already starting off this video stuff. So in the last episode, we met everybody in the literature club, and our guy made the decision. Mr. CrazyCheesePuf himself made the decision to join the literature club. Like, that alone, we need a round of applause. I just cut my finger and I just clapped on it. Yay, ow. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Oh, okay, we know which one he wants. And of course, Monika Lewinsky. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Yeah, bro, I think you will. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of these girls. All right, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let my heart spill. And I actually gotta write? Okay, hold up. I was kept. Pick words you think your favorite club members will like. Something good might happen between whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, okay, I get it. So I have to choose between all these: depression, tragedy, sticky. I don't know what sticky means. Pink, fireworks, imagine. All right, let's go. Let's go horror. Okay, I'm kind of leaning towards Yuri on this. So let's go horror. Let's go frightening. Yeah, okay. Then we'll go, Whisper, Massacre. Jeez, wow, I don't know if I want Yuri, actually. Jump, Defeat, Jumpy, Determination, Doki Doki, Cheeks. The Booty Creek Cheek Freak. Let's go Jumpy, I guess. I don't know what that even means. Horror, obviously. Yeah, there goes Yuri, look at her. We'll go Broken. I don't know, this kind of sounds a little weird. I don't know if I want, Broken, sure. Sunset, Unrestrained, Rose, Infallible. Bro, what are these even words? Graveyard. Okay, I think we got Yuri in the bag, okay? This is gonna be a weird poem. Hi again, CrazyCheesePuf. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. This is what I actually sound like. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for helping keeping your promise, CrazyCheesePuf. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Man, you deserve a kick in the back of the freaking neck. Yuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Yuri! Yuri's trying to sell my bag! How many steps I walked today? 5,300, okay. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. By the way, I read what that is, and that is Japanese comics. Didn't know that. Learned something new. Hey, we're learning something new on the CrazyCheesePuf channel. Was she about to explode? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys! CrazyCheesePuf always gives it the best in this as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. Don't tell them that, man. How dependable. Yeah, hey, we're gonna get a house. I'm thinking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking like 7 babies, maybe. And I actually kind of like the number 8 more, so we'll go 8 babies. Sayori, Sayori, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. That did happen for real. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Hey, and that's the goal. All right. How come you and CrazyCheesePuf can become? How come? I gotta stretch out the stutter, you know. What is it? I don't know. Hold up. What the frick? How come? You and CrazyCheesePuf can become friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori becomes oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess dude, I'm getting these accents mixed up. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a gun. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book and she'll think I'll like, despite me not reading much. I swear that's not me messing that up. Like, that was not a coherent sentence. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Give me. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. What's she trying to say? I'm special. Don't do that. Don't do that. She almost got me canceled just now. Y'all hear how much I stutter, okay? I might even be in the category. So it's like, I don't even... All right, I'm digging myself in a hole. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but to notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading her book. I catch a glimpse of the corner of her book. It seems like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, okay, she's trying to get a good insight. What just happened in the music? Hey, hold up. Hey, yeah. Listen to the keys hitting the piano, yeah. Listen to the keys hitting the piano, yeah. Listen to the keys hitting the piano, yeah. WASD, I'm quick with the quick times. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you've got 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. The only reason why I'm slipping up on my words is because I got the different accents now, so that's why. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front of the cover. All right. All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Which is like foreshadowing about this game. This game is gonna be dark, y'all. It's gonna make a turn. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, CrazyCheesePuf? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life in a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy. Why can't I say that? Philosophy. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that? That they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you could relate to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive for letting their one-sided morals interfere with their villainous plans. I'm about to smack myself across the face. I'm rambling, aren't I? I'm stuttering, aren't I? Is what it should say. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey. Don't apologize, baby girl. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get into the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had to put in my bag. All right, is it fine if I sit here? Right? Huh? What? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand that Yuri means about reading in company. As if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really don't have to apologize a lot. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I just farted. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once again, we lean in. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, what? Oh no, we got like cinematics? Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after flips it to their side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. This is kind of making me a little uncomfortable. Like, this entire game, I needed to take this turn because I'm kind of uncomfortable. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. See, she's out here calling me stupid, bro. Like, no, man. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost felt like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a little silly thought. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see inside your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your own mannerisms. I'm gonna adjust the wording a little bit just so I can make it easier on myself. That's how I read, so my apologies, yo. I seriously, I suck at reading, bro. So actually, it's kind of warranted that she says I suck at reading, because I do. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Crazy Cheese, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Oh, shoot, okay, he's firing some strays a little bit. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right, I guess I'll do the same. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have that much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Ugh. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you try to find someone to share with? I can't wait! These voices hurt, bro. Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn paper from a spiral notebook. Bro, what is this? On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I was gonna do this as a longer episode, but I don't know, y'all. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, here we go. Who should I share my poem with first? Well, since we're making so much progress with Yuri, we'll do Yuri, I guess. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I could trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What's that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? None. Your use of imagination and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find any excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if I'm breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just, there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that they both usually have the style and expressiveness are weakened. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Golly, CheesePuf. Not just finding them and building them, but why am I getting stuck? Getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure that Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly as if it was a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Guys, can I be honest? I can't really read cursive. Ghost under the light. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. The lentils of my hair illuminate. Wait, that isn't. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calmly breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. I could not figure out what the second word was, but I think I did pretty good for not really knowing how to read cursive. I'm sorry, but I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
This game loves, just grinding my gears, huh? Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Haha. Wait, what? Who? Haha. I don't know what that was supposed to say. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Crazy Cheese. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. These words, bro. I haven't even thought of it like that. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Crazy Cheese. Me too. All right, well, that was an interesting exchange. Who should I share my poem with next? Let's do Monika, because I gotta work on her freaking accent. Hi, CrazyCheesePuf. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, CrazyCheesePuf. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that short barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, CrazyCheesePuf. I was going, in my head while reading it. Okay, it's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's the way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Yuri, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, I like books with pictures. Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Yes, queen. Slay, queen. Yes, queen. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take me a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find what kind of style suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want me to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I like to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. What? Okay. It couldn't have been me. See the direction, the spackle portrait. Bro, I'm pretty sure even if this isn't even cursive. I'm just, wow, all right. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a I reel blind like a film let out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. That's what she said. It was too deep. That's a little too non-PG. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Wow! Okay, I'm done. So, what do you think? I think you're a pervert. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Hold on, is that actually like... Okay, maybe I'm just... Get your mind out of the gutter. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. You got something you want to say, Monika? You do something recently that the Lord might not be too fond about? I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper. Oh, frick, I didn't mean to do that. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Was she talking to me the whole time? All right, so Yuri is not gonna like mine, and Nat's not gonna like anything I do, bro. Like, all right, we'll go with Nat. I'll go harsh now. CrazyCheesePuf, you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What do you expect me to believe, that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? Well, yeah, I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in it. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of this first poem you ever wrote, or if you're still proud of the first poem that you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Was she going poop, bro? I don't know what that was. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're just better off trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Listen to this music that they put on, bro. They just called Nat dumb, low-key. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. I'm like stuck in a permanent accent now. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna be talking the rest of the day. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna be messed up. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. That was trash. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. Did she hear me? I like it. Don't lie now. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks I'm writing to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't like taking my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things could really be disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about it, simple writing, is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up the rhyme at the end, but then it made fall flat on purpose. Then made it fall flat on purpose. Then made it fall flat on purpose. That's not so hard, is it, Crazy? That's not so hard, Daniel. You know, speaking English isn't so hard. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah. Guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is. But if Nat is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. All right, who's next? Now we got Yuri. All right, Yuri's gonna be nice, I feel like. Or she's gonna be honest, at least. This is a good poem, CrazyCheesePuf. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you were really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, CrazyCheesePuf. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only a really good people do. Only a really good people do? Nice one. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay?
Cap.
That will be my way of thanking you. All right, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you're gonna read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at all this. Yeah, look, she's laughing at me, bro. I'll be laughing at me too. I'm a disgrace. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds. I feel like I gotta go with the tune. In the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Ooh, bars. Hold up, I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. What was that ending? Yuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes you feel better about yourself. At least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. All right, later, Yuri. Now we're done with everybody. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were just being nice to me, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Yuri and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Nat. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their retrospective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nat's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Nat dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you don't have to? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all, actually. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Yuri liked it, and CrazyCheesePuf did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Got him! Let's go, Yuri! Talk your crap! And CrazyCheesePuf, wrong name. CrazyCheesePuf liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Take that. Nat suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Where did the music go? What is this music? Bong bong? What the freak was that? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're jealous that CrazyCheesePuf appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as CrazyCheesePuf started showing up. What can I say, guys? I just had that ability on women. You know, like whenever they see me, they just like Natsuki, this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, you guys. Suddenly both girls turned to me as if they noticed I was standing there. CrazyCheesePuf, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she couldn't get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should be to jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, CrazyCheesePuf. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words on our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessarily limiting yourself, and also a waste. You understand that, right, CrazyCheesePuf? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they're probably gonna think more highly of me. Help me, Yuri! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is defenseless. I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Yuri! Yeah. Everyone's fighting and is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? CrazyCheesePuf. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair to others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to say something, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri that what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is the longest argument. This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing, because they give you so many different feelings with such few words. And Yuri's poem are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same way they've always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori? Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Golly. Suki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Yuri is vice president. So this is why Yuri is vice president. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means that Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Oh, wait, hold up. Was that saying that she might have some ulterior motives or she might be just acting that way? Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It's all right. Well, mostly. CrazyCheesePuf, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job at impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with newfound determination. CrazyCheesePuf, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yuri beams at me. It's truly been a while since I sensed Yuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm enjoying it either. I'm not enjoying it either. I was about to say, bro, that's kind of rude. Yuri, about what happened earlier, we'll just have to talk about that in the next episode. Well, all right, you guys, this episode was a little bit longer, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting lightheaded while recording this. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a different accent or just the fact that I'm talking this much, or maybe my brain is about to implode from reading this much. I seriously suck at reading, so this is great for me. This is like school. This playthrough is like school for me. What? I don't know, but I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you do enjoy this series, make sure to beat that like button to a freaking pulp so I know. And if you don't, well, don't watch it because I'll keep uploading it regardless. So without further ado, what? I don't even see. I'm lost, bro. With all that being said, God loves y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Dice is on the beat.